So obviously, Washington State's folks this week, but reviewing, the bye week and everything like that, how do you think the receiver group is kind of, regrouped? Obviously,
Right.
he had the one touchdown, but he also across the board, kind of in the receiver group, there were some drops.
Yeah.
So was that, I guess, one of the points of emphasis throughout the week?
Yeah, I think the bio group was just good. Just to kind of lock into the details again. I think we struggled with that against Utah. Didn't really execute at times where we should have, and could have changed the game. Obviously, that a part of us takes it on the chin, but another part of us takes that as we don't really take it as a losing, but we take it as like a learning experience. And we use that to progress going into the rest of the season. It's a long season, a lot of big games coming up for us, but we want to take it 1 week at a time. So Washington State this week, go out there, execute, handle business, and go from there. I think we still have a really talented group. I'll never back down on that standpoint. Just got to do a better job of executing, locking into the details, things like that. Jerry and Coach Kelly have done a great job in just like ensuring that, and I think that the players themselves also have done a good job in keeping each other accountable, which is always good to have in a program.
Are you the type of guy who kind of fixates on mistakes, or do you just block that out of your memory and move on?
Yeah, so with mistakes, I think that we've just done a really good job here in emphasizing moving forward past mistakes and things like that, and taking it as a learning experience. And one of the things that we say here, one of our like slogans is "So what, now what?" And like that's one of the slogans we go by. Like, all right, it happened, so what? But we got a game to play. We got things to do. We have to still go out and execute. We can't sit there and feel bad about ourselves. We still have a chance to win this game, And I think that's just a good mentality to have. Like, obviously, after the game, we'll come back, we'll fix the mistakes, watching the film, do what we can to make sure that those mistakes don't happen, and we're more tied into the details. But in the moment of the game, like I'll never really focus on a mistake, because that it does no good for me or for the rest of the team. And me sitting down there with my head down when I can go out there and help my team, like it doesn't benefit us at all. And I think that we've just done a great job. Like the coaches and stuff have just done a great job in just emphasizing moving on to the next most important thing is what we talk about is just staying locked in, and that's what we've done a good job of. Yeah.
What did Utah do specifically just to disrupt the passing game, disrupt the receiver?
Honestly, I don't really think that it was much that they did. Like, that's a really talented defense, one of the best defense that we'll play this year. But I think that a lot of the issues came of us not executing what we had to do. And I think they had a great pass rush. They had really good defensive backs. Like, it's a really good defense, and when you play teams like that, you can't afford to make little mistakes. That's the thing, and we fell into that trap a little bit and made a few mistakes here and there, and that ended up ending with in our offense not being as successful as we have the potential of being. And I think moving forward, it's just a great, like I said, a great experience just to learn on and build off of just the next year, so we can make sure that things like that don't happen, and we're able to make better adjustments as the game goes on.
And you kind of mentioned there at the beginning of your statement, but knowing that Utah was going to be one of the strongest teams you were going to face, at least defensively, on the schedule, is there any solace in knowing that even despite it all, you guys still had an opportunity to go down the field there at the end, to still get in a position to possibly get back in the game?
I think that's always motivating, just to play a team like that tight. Credit to our defense. We have an amazing defense this year. They've only really allowed 7 points per game about this season, if that's correct. But our defense kept us in it, and sometimes we'll have games like that. The defense is on point, offense is struggling, and sometimes it'll be the other way around. You never know, but having the defense there, they played a great game. They bailed us out a lot of times when we put ourselves in bad situations, and I think that's the great part of just like having a team effort, is everyone coming together and helping each other when one person's down. It's not individualistic. Football's a team sport, so we're always going to be out there helping each other, having each other's backs, and ideally we want both of our sides of the ball to be clicking all the time. But sometimes the football is just like a game of random things that can happen at certain times. So it's like you can't really like predict everything. Obviously, I'd say we win every single game this season, and obviously that's the goal. But things are going to happen that we don't see coming, and we're going to have to adjust and find ways to make it work and find ways to still have a chance to win the game like we did in Utah. We had a chance to win the game, so I think that's a good thing to have there. We just need to do a better job of just executing so we do win the game next time.
After that loss, and you had the bye week, what did you see from Dante Moore as well, just from him, but also as a true freshman quarterback during this bye week?
I think that game was really good for him. Just a big game on the road. Just the environment that he was put in, I think early on is good to get it out of his system right now. Very talented kid. I mean, he came this week like slinging the rock, like he was on point. He had a little pep in his step this week. I think that sometimes games like that inspire you to go out and just increase your level of play in a way and do it in every aspect that you can. And I think that for certain people, they'll have a game against a team like that and kind of come back kind of slow, sluggish, things like that. But Dante came back this week and he really like set the tone for how the week was going to be. He came out slinging the rock, high energy guy. I mean, it's tough. Bye weeks are tough when you lose the week before, you know. So obviously, like, it's tough being out there after you lose the game. But he really helped us keep that positive mentality into the rest of the season, because we, like I said, we have a long season coming up and we have a lot of games where we can still control our own destiny from here on. So really confident in our offense still from now on.
Chip has been saying that this team practices really well. So what does practicing well look like to you in your position group?
For receivers in general, we just really want to go out there and play. Jerry really focused on like execution and effort and playing with speed as well. We track the miles per hour, things like that. We want to make sure that we're hitting high speed distance and things like that and playing with speed, but also just executing, because we'll have certain like walkthrough periods where we need to just like make sure that we're doing the right things for each thing. So we're installing new plays and things like that, and we need to make sure that we're locked into the details and stuff like that, just because obviously we don't want to have what happened with Utah happen again, and learn from that. And I think that the way that our team practices is like Chip said, like we have a very fast team and very a team that plays with a lot of effort. So I think that that's always encouraging. Obviously there's some days where your body hurts and it's tough running so fast all the time and keeping momentum, but like when you're out there and you're tired and you're like, and I see Cam Brown out there running with me and he's moving faster than me, it's like, all right, I gotta go now, you know. And we just build off each other. I mean, we have a great room of guys, like I said, and it's great just to build off of each other, bring that energy every day. Even when you don't want to, you bring that energy and you find it within yourself, I think. And I think we've done a really good job of that. And like I said, we have a really motivated group now. I mean, coming off of this loss, the loss that we did not want to have, it's motivated us to be better, lock in even more, and push towards the next week. Yeah.
I know you did like so much preseason conditioning and running and everything. Are you still doing like running and conditioning at this point in the season, or is it just like integrated into those high-speed reps?
Yeah, it's more integrated. I mean, at certain times it seems like practice is harder than the games, just with how much we're running. Like we're really moving like a lot. It's tempo to like running, sprinting. So our condition level stays the same. I think that KB's job that he did in the offseason helped, obviously, but we're at a point where we're mid-season now, and we can't slack off just because we're mid-season and want to just take a day off. We got to still go, and they emphasize that. KB will be over there running with us down the field. Like we catch a ball and we just want to like just jog off, and he's like, no, makes us run with them. So we keep it going. So it's been good for us though.
With the boot and
I was gonna
everything.
say,
he's over here hopping around with the boot. Yeah, it's cool still. Yeah, but he's been good about it. I mean, he's one of our big energy guys. He sets the tone every day with us. So it's good to always have someone like that in the building.
What have you seen out of Washington State's defense?
Very athletic group of guys, physical team, a lot of speed on the outside too. I think that we just need to do obviously a great job of executing and just playing with speed that we have too. Washington State's they're the number 13 ranked team for a reason, 4-0 for a reason. We can't take anyone lightly. Definitely not taking them lightly, and we know it's a big game. And every game from now on for us is we got to go in there and handle business, and that's what our plan is to do. And offense needs to bounce back, have a much better week this week, and defense has been doing their thing, so we hope that they do the same thing that they've been doing. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.